I wasn't going to sit down and record this tonight. At 87, you learn to ration your energy. You start asking yourself, is this worth the breath? But yesterday, I opened a letter that's been sitting in a drawer for 52 years, and it reminded me why some things are. My name is George, and I want to tell you about the cost of almost. Almost saying what you mean. Almost going after what you want. Almost becoming who you were meant to be. Because almost is a very quiet thief. It doesn't kick down your door. It doesn't ruin your life in one dramatic moment. It just sits politely in the corner and whispers, tomorrow. When I was 35, I was offered a job in another state. It wasn't glamorous, but it was different. It was a chance to build something of my own instead of maintaining what someone else had built. I remember standing in the kitchen, the phone still warm in my hand, my wife, Margaret, drying dishes beside me. She asked, well, and I said, I told them no. Just like that. She paused. Is that what you wanted? I shrugged. It's safer this way. Safer. That word followed me for decades. Safer meant predictable. Safer meant stable. Safer meant I didn't have to risk failing in front of the people I loved. But safer also meant smaller. I convinced myself I was being responsible. A good husband. A good father. And I was those things. But I was also afraid. Afraid that if I tried and didn't succeed, everyone would see that I wasn't as capable as they believed. So I chose almost. Almost chasing the opportunity. Almost testing myself. Almost finding out. Years passed. Promotions came. Retirement came. The world kept turning. And every now and then, usually late at night when the house was quiet, I would wonder who I might have become in that other life. Not because my life was bad. It wasn't. It was full of love and laughter and ordinary miracles. But there's a particular ache reserved for the doors you never opened. After Margaret passed, I started going through old papers. That's when I found the letter, the formal offer, the salary, the start date. At the bottom, in my own handwriting, I had scribbled, maybe next year. There was no next year. We think time is generous. When we're young, it feels like a wide-open field. You can wander. You can circle back. You can take the long way around. At 87, I can tell you it's more like a hallway. And it narrows faster than you expect. A friend of mine, Harold, used to talk about writing a book. He had stories, war stories, business disasters, love stories that would make you laugh until you cried. Every time I saw him, I'd ask, how's the book? He'd grin and say, research phase. He died at 79. There was no manuscript, just file folders filled with notes and clippings. His daughter told me, he always thought he had more time. That phrase should scare you a little. Not in a dramatic, panic-inducing way. Just enough to wake you up. We delay hard conversations. We delay apologies. We delay risks. We delay joy. We say we'll travel when things settle down. We'll mend the friendship when work slows. We'll take care of our health next month. We'll start living once we feel ready. Ready is another polite lie. My grandson came to visit last spring. He's 28. Smart. Capable. Restless. He sat across from me at the dining table and said, Grandpa, I've been thinking about quitting my job. It pays well, but I hate it. I want to start something of my own. I could see the fear in his eyes. The same fear I felt at 35. He asked, what do you think? And for a moment, I almost said the responsible thing, the safe thing, the practical thing. Instead, I told him the truth. I think you should be very careful, I said. And I think you should be very brave. He laughed. That's not helpful. It is, I told him. Make a plan. Save money. Think it through. But don't let comfort decide your whole life for you. I did that once. It's heavier than you think. He grew quiet. Do you regret it? Yes, I said. Not because I failed. Because I never tried. There's a difference. Failure bruises your ego. Never trying bruises your spirit. And bruises to the spirit don't show up on the outside. They show up as irritability, as cynicism, as that subtle envy you feel when someone else takes a leap you were too cautious to take. We call them personality traits. Sometimes they're just unlived lives. Now, I'm not telling you to burn your life down tomorrow. Responsibility matters. People depend on you. Bills are real. Consequences are real. But so is regret. And regret compounds. It starts small. A conversation you don't initiate. A boundary you don't set. A dream you quietly shelve. And over years, those small acts of self-betrayal accumulate interest. One day you wake up and realize you've built a life that looks solid from the outside, but feels strangely unfamiliar from within. That's the cost of almost. If I could sit across from my 35-year-old self, I wouldn't yell at him. He was doing his best. He loved his family. He was scared and didn't know how to admit it. I would just ask him one question. Are you choosing this because it's right or because it's safe? That question has changed how I live, what little time I have left. Now, when I think about calling someone, I call. When I want to tell someone I'm proud of them, I say it. When I feel moved to apologize, I don't rehearse it for weeks. I just do it because the hallway is shorter now. If you're still standing in a wide-open field of your life, don't waste it pacing in circles. Open something. Try something. Say something. You don't have to be reckless, but don't be permanently cautious. If this stirred something in you, an idea you've been postponing, a conversation you've been avoiding, I want you to sit with it after this video ends. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Tonight. Write it down. Make one move. Send one message. Take one concrete step toward the life that feels honest. And if you're brave enough, share in the comments one almost you're tired of carrying. I read them. Slowly, but I read them. This channel exists because people are willing to tell the truth about what they've learned the hard way. If you want more conversations like this about regret, courage, love, and the strange clarity that comes with age, subscribe and stay a while. We don't have forever, but we have today, and today is enough to stop living almost.